Presidency orders probe after NSA Ribadu admits wiretapping. Rufai isn't too big. The presidency has called for a thorough investigation into an alleged confession by former Kaduna State Governor Nasir Rufai over claims that someone wiretapped Nigeria's National Security Advisor, Ribadu. In a statement issued on Saturday, the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, questioned the implications of the alleged admission and urged relevant authorities to take action. He wrote, El-Rufai confesses to wiretapping Nigeria's NSA on TV. Does it mean that he and his collaborators have wiretapping facilities? This is a question that this Bayo Ononuga is asking. This should be thoroughly investigated and punishment meted out. El-Rufai is not too big to face the wrath of the law. On Friday evening, the former governor has made the confession while speaking on Arise TV. He said, Ribadu made the call because we listen to their calls. The government thinks that they are the only ones that listen to calls, but we also have our ways. He made the calls. He gave the order that they should arrest me. Oh, really? He also acknowledged that the action may have been technically wrong because that technically is illegal. I know, but the government does it all the time. They listen to our calls all the time without a court order. But someone tapped his phone and told us that he gave the order. No be small thing. No be small thing, no. This is saying a family matter, na real family matter. Then says there's nothing you won't see under Tinubu government. From president to senators, judges, and everyone, no one follows the rule of law. Ridiculous. Jonah Kokota says, by Ononuga, how many people have been so investigated by this crime-infested government so far, despite the preponderance criminal adventures? When and where the criminals that altered Bola Tinubu tax codes are being investigated or prosecuted? Is there accountability in this government? For the past 3 years, some items feature on the budget several times, and every year. Is this not criminality? Manu Danjuma says, what if it was among his servants, wives, or someone so close to him? Well, the saying that one bad turn deserves another, and he who comes by the sword, by the same sword. Up to now, I am El-Rufai supporters, but I dislike his actions against Onkoye and one other person at Yakubu venue. Stop using power to intimidate. If you are today, you may not be tomorrow. Ribadu, you should also be careful because someone might use the same office to intimidate you. I give you my advice. Okay now. Adekunle says that means Ribadu ordered Rufai illegal abduction. Yes now. Puffon says, I trust Tinubu to put that terrorist behind bars. Tunde Ayo says this is irritating. Was it Ribadu that admitted to wiretapping or El-Rufai? El-Rufai now. El-Rufai. Biodun Adeni says you must be out of your mind. You run a parallel government which is treasonable felony. You put it the same to Buhari for wiretapping his office and bedroom to make Nigeria ungovernable. His daughter says so. Now you admit wiretapping the NSA. What an infantry. You will face the full wrath of the law. You think you are bigger than Nigeria? We shall see. Kenneth says presidency should go and solve their terrorism problems and leave political opponents alone. Frank Emogene says, well, I continue to thank Mr. President for the hard task of leadership. Especially in Nigeria, I want to remind Mr. President that a leader poses the quality of lion and lamb. Deal ruthlessly with anyone that should be dealt with without fear or favor, and have compassion whether or not he should know that he has a date with his maker and his image, and at his age nothing should be feared. Those that want to buy Nigeria doesn't deserve to live peacefully. Ifeanyi Chukwu says Bayo is a parrot without initiative. That one no be today. Otto Atuyi says they can't do him anything because he was a Lucifer in the kingdom. He knows all their secrets. The outcast angel with the master key. Olaolu Jacob says, I pity nobody because when you guys were together enjoying Nigeria's collective wealth at the detriment of the masses, none of us was remembered. I pray God should scatter you all more than this so that you can expose all your secrets. Yes, so that they can expose themselves very well. It is well. Anabara Onye says, Bayo no longer said that Rufai is not too big to face the wrath. Now I ask him, Bayo, is Gumi too big to face the wrath of the law against terrorism, or is it different strokes for different folks? Atuafi says that Rufai is not above the law in Nigeria. He is only selfishly aggrieved over non-selection as a minister. Okay now. Chris says El Rufai mouth is like basket full of holes. Didi says if this is how fast our government orders probe into security challenges in Nigeria, things would have changed. I'm telling you, it would have really changed. Efeyebo Charity says El Rufai only said the truth, that this is what this government has been doing, and they also do it. So is that a crime? No, Ribadu should know that he will not be there forever. Presidency says, I'm glad that the grass is not suffering in this fight. Rufai is gone. They will squeeze and grind him like pepper. USA wants Nigeria to do the job. Bala Bello says, up Rufai, the dangerous mosquito. Keep up the good work. Momo Kazim says, continue fighting yourselves, but when you finish, come out again and tell us. Adamuiju says Rufai has dropped himself because of too much noise. This is the government will never allow to go scot-free. May God help him. As Wema says, Bayo, I hope that that's not where to end. This shouldn't be another empty bragging. Yeah, now they look how they go. Daka Isuge says the citizens have to remind those on political seats they should know the offices given to them has a limited time span. It's something which is not permanent, and they will leave record which will be left to access anyone in future. Therefore, act in accordance. They can't with the law not to use power to intimidate. These ones, they will never listen. John Tehile says there was a time a non-supporter of jihad was made Minister of Communications. A few years ago, everything has repercussions. Anyone who doubts that this is playing with fire, even the so-called NSA knows one or two things, that he's after all a northern Muslim and wouldn't really be against a core northerner. Okay. Zion says, why surprise? You guys all work together in 2023 now. That's just the way it is. David Jones says, just imagine, what's next? Immolating and indicating our president on RICO charges in the US. The FG should be wiretapping you, not the other way around. Augustine says, exposed by Rufai is that Tinubu may sack Ribadu. That's all. Okay, my listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time.